Lagos Assembly passes 12 bills into law in 2017. Lagos Assembly moves to increase revenue of the state by reviewing its land use charge law. Plus, more than 4,000 residents of Agege area of Lagos benefit from an end-of-the-year goodies put together by their representative in the state parliament. We have details coming up. Compliments of the season to you out there. It's a new year and we're so glad to have you join us again on Lagos Parliament. This is where you get to view the activities of your representatives in the state parliament. I am Abimbola Agbebi. Now, so much happened in the year 2017. For members of the Lagos State House of Assembly, the year was an eventful one, but also challenging.
All in favor say aye. Those against the ayes have it.
The legislature says it successfully passed into law 12 bills out of the 18 it's dealt with in the previous year. Let's begin the review of the activities of the House in the year 2017 this way. The year 2017 for members of the Lagos State Parliament started on a good note, with the legislators opening legislative business with the passage of the year 2017 budget. These, they say, sets the tone for the various developmental projects carried out by the executive in the year under review.
2017 has been a good one for the Lagos State House of Assembly. We started it very well and we are ending it on a very good note. Legislatively, we have performed our duties. We'll also say that we have done oversight functions, which has enabled us to bring some members of the executive face to face with the members of the parliament and publicly ask questions about what we feel they ought to have done but not done the way we expected them, and to get clarifications over what needed to be done. We have collaborated with the executives to move Lagos State forward better than 2016.
It's actually been the house of cohesion, a house of maturity, a house of understanding. You know, we cannot but have our individual or personal challenges, but we've not had anything, you know, that has actually warranted interference from anywhere.
The appropriation law is the most important law to Lagosians, and I will say that this house and the executive in 2017 were able to do 75% up to November of the budget.
All our laws has been wonderful, has been people-oriented, has been there to aid the executive in implementing their duties and their jobs. So by and large, I think Lagos has been the better for it.
By January, late end of January, the governor have started rolling out, programs, projects to be executed for the period under review.
During the year, the lawmakers had their hands full trying to tackle the rising spate of kidnappings and killings witnessed in Ekpe, Ikorodu and other parts of the state. Also, in the year, the lawmakers were compelled to return from their 6-week recess to deliberate on the harmonized environmental bill sent to the Assembly by the executive due to its urgency. The bill was passed into law, thereby creating a single body which is now in charge of all environmental agencies in the state. Another striking incident that caught the attention of the lawmakers in the year were the floods that submerged some parts of Lagos. A motion was moved to avoid a recurrence. In the areas of health, education and other sectors, the House ensured that its oversight functions were cautiously carried out by its various committees. In the year 2017, efforts were also geared towards helping to grow the revenue of the state through the passage of the Lagos Cooperative College Bill, with another regulation seeking to increase the tax revenue generation from hotels, restaurants and event centers through the installation of a software that monitors the level of patronage.
I believe I have to join the winning team, which is the APC, the All Progressive Congress.
I want to use this medium to tell the 39 members of this House that as from this moment, I'm defecting to APC.
Another major highlight of the year was the defection that took place in the legislature, with 7 out of the 8 PDP members in the House defecting to the APC. In all of this, the lawmakers did not forget to talk about the low moments in the year as they remembered the loss of their colleague, Honorable Kazeem Ademola Alimi, lawmaker representing Etiosa Constituency 1, who died 1 week after his 50th birthday.
The low points for me this year, 2017, is when we lost one of our colleagues. Actually, I'm Etiosa Constituency 2. He was Etiosa Constituency 1, Honorable Alimi. May his gentle soul rest in peace. That was the lowest point for us in this House.
The outgoing year to us in Lagos State House of Assembly has been a very successful one, and for me, it's a year of achievements, a year of success. Even though we had the dark side of it, because we lost one of us, and it was a painful one. You know, it was a sad moment in 2017 for us. But outside that, I think 2017 is a good year for us in Lagos State House of Assembly.
I think so far so good. We've done a lot of work. You know, the Speaker is somebody that I think he enjoys working. And once you have a leader that works hard, everybody follows suit.
So much has happened in the year 2017. For members of the Lagos State House of Assembly, the outgoing year has been quite eventful. Several bills have been passed into law, with a number of resolutions made for the smooth running of the government. Counting its gains in the year, the Lagos Assembly had so far dealt with 18 bills, out of which 12 were executive bills and 6 private member bills. 97 resolutions emanated from motions and matters of urgent public importance. There were 6 regulations, out of which 4 have been approved. So far, 12 bills were passed into law, with 3 others at various stages with the committees working on them. Others currently await second readings. As the year winds down, the lawmakers vow to continue to work hand in hand with the other arms of government in ensuring improved governance in the coming year.
Get closer to your legislators. See them in action as they deliberate on moving the state forward. Watch updates on weekly events, presentation of bills, passage of laws, adoption of resolutions, and many more. Also, get a chance to meet the lawmaker of the week and watch the legislators. Observe plenary in Yoruba language. Lagos Parliament, every Thursday, 7:30 p.m. on TVC News Nigeria. Lagos Parliament, bringing the legislature closer to you.
And still on the activities of the House in the year 2017, the Lagos State House of Assembly has moved to increase the state revenue base by reviewing the current land use charge in the state.
Though executive bill, but with the following members being co-sponsored.
The House read for the second time a bill for a law to repeal the Land Use Charge Law 2001 and enact Land Use Charge 2017 and for connected purposes. The bill is expected to repeal the existing laws on land use charge in the states.
Next on the other paper is House of Assembly number 46. Though executive bill, but with the following members being co-sponsor: Honorable Jim, Honorable Gundi, Honorable Shinowo, Honorable Teju, Honorable Mohammed, Honorable Kasumu, Honorable Brahmo T. Mr. Speaker, with kind permission, may I move that the Land Use Charge Repeal and Reenactment Bill 2017 be read for the second time. I so move.
The ayes have it.
Repeal and Reenactment Bill 2017 is a bill that seeks to review the existing land use charge law, repeal the extant law so as to reenact another land use charge law. The intendment is to further improve and enhance the revenue generation of the state from properties. It creates a new formula for assessment of properties in Lagos State and also allow for self-billing. Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleagues, the bill that's before us also makes punishable any act of individual citizen inciting people not to pay land use charge, obstructing officers in the cause of collecting this charge. Particularly, Mr. Speaker, once this bill is passed to law and it comes to force, the law prohibits the application of other relevant laws in charge of property. And Mr. Speaker, these laws are tenement rate law and other amendments that have been made in respect of it. While this is so, Mr. Speaker, the bill is magnanimous also to have savings, in which case anything that must have been done under these laws that have been highlighted are protected as validly done. Mr. Speaker, I have no doubt in my mind that if this bill is passed into law, with amendments to some other areas that may be looked into, it will further enhance the revenue generation of Lagos State and will have more money to fund the 2018 budget. One more last thing, Mr. Speaker, is that the dragnet for payment of land use charge has been extended to include any individual that has lease agreement on a property for 10 years and above. Mr. Speaker, I think this is a good bill that will assist the state.
Looking at the bill critically, I am a bit taken aback because Section 7 that deals with exemption really is absurd to me. I know that this bill is coming as an adjunct to the land use, to the land use law, which is under the Constitution. The land use law provides for each, any portion of land, any parcel of land to belong to the government of the state, in each state. And the government of the state will now in turn lease the particular portions of land to individuals or corporations as a CFO. Now, under the CFO, there's a provision for payment of ground rent. And this bill seeks to kind of embed all payments possible or required on any particular parcel of land under this law. If we say some people are exempted from paying totally, does it mean that they are going to nullify the conditions precedent to their qualifications under the CFO? We need to look at that, because if somebody say, because I am old, I'm vulnerable, I should not pay anything for my parcel of land and have a certificate of occupancy, I'll be running foul of the provisions under which the CFO itself was granted, which provides for the payment of ground rent. I would have thought what we should have done would have been to graduate the payments required according to the use of land. If it's a non-profitable organization, like a school that is not charging for profit, or an old person, or somebody using it for a non-commercial purpose, their own payment could be less, or could be a flat rate of a token, compared to those of other people who use it for commercial reasons, or who are still vibrant, or who are letting the premises out to other people, or making any commercial advantage of what they are having. Because it's not possible, for example, Mr. Speaker, to say because my vehicle is written, I have written my vehicle church or mosque, that I will not pay vehicle license. You still have to pay what is due to government for the use of property. That's my observation, sir.
I align myself with those who are commending this law to our colleagues that we should support it. It is trying to look inwards in generating more revenue, to show up the revenue, IGR of the state, so that we'll be able to be where we ought to be. Like somebody did mention, I'm a little bit confused in section 7 for exemption, because basically 7.2, if the first, those one in 1A, B, C to F should qualify for exemption, I think we should look critically at 7.2, because they say the commissioner may, by notice published in the state government official so and so, relieve for a property that is occupied by a non-profit-making organization and used solely for community games, sports, athletics, or recreation for the benefit of the general public, or used for a charitable or a benevolent purpose for the benefit of the general public and owned by non-profit-making organization. If that one is not exempted, why would all of those in 7.1, like somebody did mention, be exempted? I think the committee should critically look at this. Also, some of the things that we should do is to also be able to benchmark where we are as at today in IGR, in land use. What have we been able to generate in 2017, 2015, so that when this law comes into play or into force next year, we should be able to monitor and do a comparative analysis if the law is advantageous or shoring up the revenue of the government of Lagos State. Also specifically, I think that the committee also should be fair and compassionate to look into the areas when the regulation will come, what percentage goes to local government areas in this generation of revenue. And for me, I want to give my total and unallied support to this all-important bill.
I also want to support this amendment of the existing bill, but I would just ask for caution in a couple of places. One of them is section 5, thereabout, whereby in the new bill, the approval of the House of Assembly is not included. So we need, whichever committee is handling this, it should pay particular notice to those areas where in the existing law, where the approval of House of Assembly is required. I also like the aspect of introduction of a mediation, alternative dispute mediation center, whereby everything does not have to go to the tribunal and things can be resolved. Notwithstanding, while we're trying to use the market value, which is what is being done here, to increase our land use charge collection, I also still believe that we should step up the enforcement of collection of the existing land use tax within the community. We were told that we have over 2 million houses within the Lagos territory, but yet about 300,000 in the database is being captured. So in the process of trying to grow our revenue, we still should try our best to ensure collection is made from all the other areas. Thank you very much.
Particularly issue of consultants. See, at least the procedure that we have adopted, I mean the one in existence now, is being handled by consultants. And to me, we have discovered that the number of consultants handling this collection of land use charge. They lack the capability to cover the terrain of Lagos State. So I will urge the committee to look into that area. So they need to bring more people in to support the government, to increase revenue generation. It's very essential. Even when you revalue the land value and at the same time you lack capacity to collect, there will still be problems. So I want you to address that. You also talked about tribunal. Well, whatever tribunal is going to be, it should have involvement of the House. It should have, because we are talking about major revenue of the state. And centralizing such might be a bit difficult for those who are living in rural areas which to challenge the what is it called? The assessment. So you should look at that area as well, so that we can be just to everybody in Lagos State. And on those who are going to be exempted, well, to me, I think we should just limit it to NGO only. It's just be NGO only. Any other thing, and this is of reason we have discovered that most of the worship centers are making money. So if they are making money, I don't see a reason why we cannot as well collect taxes based on the land they are using. So, but the committee will be in a better position to evaluate all these observations from their own reports. We can as well establish what will be. In view of this, I will hereby commit the bill to the ad hoc committee on finance. It will be headed by the acting chairman, Honorable Yinka Ogundimu.
Now, more than 4,000 residents of Orile Agege area of Lagos, just a few days to the end of the year 2017, were beneficiaries of an end-of-the-year goodies put together by their representative in the State Parliament, Honorable Yinka Ogundimu. Urging his constituents to continue to embrace peace in the community, Ogundimu expressed optimism about the year 2018, promising to serve the people better in the coming year.
The rest is for us to eat in this new year. And we are very appreciative.
If I want to buy it at the market with the bag, it will worth about maybe 1,002 or more. May God spare his life for us, and may God help him so that we'll be doing more and more for the poor.
And a jollof rice, I will cook and put tomato, Maggi, everything inside. So I will enjoy myself. Ẹni tó ti ẹ̀dì kúkú báyìí tó ní ká gbà tí ká tó bá jù báyìí lọ bá wà ńbẹ̀ máa fún wa. So a dúpẹ́ lọ́dọ̀ Ọlọ́run yẹn ní ó lè ṣe kankan. A dúpẹ́ fún wọn púpọ̀. Ọlọ́run jẹ́ kó la wọn máa sókè.
Yearly we always rejoice with them, celebrate with them. Some of them could not afford to even have something to cook and eat for the festival. So we have to identify with them and give them something. So we have over 4,000 gifts that we are giving to them, and I think it will go far. We cannot go round.
Get closer to your legislators. See them in action as they deliberate on moving the state forward. Watch updates on weekly events, presentation of bills, passage of laws, adoption of resolutions, and many more. Also, get a chance to meet the lawmaker of the week and watch the legislators. Observe plenary in Yoruba language. Lagos Parliament, every Thursday, 7:30 p.m. on TVC News Nigeria. Lagos Parliament, bringing the legislature closer to you.
And with that, we've come to the end of the program this week. Join us again next week for more interesting stories from Lagos Parliament as the House kicks off its legislative business in the new year. Thanks for being there. To catch up with previous episodes of Lagos Parliament, log on to www.youtube.com/TVC News Nigeria. I am Abimbola Agbebi. See you next week.